All right, the finals. We've got the choice. We're playing first and keeping this. Pretty nice hand. Turn 2 Swiftclaw, turn 3 Totem, or swing for 3 and hold off a turn. But it might actually be better to bring in the Totem on turn 3. We'll see. We shall see. I see. Oh, it's interesting. Let's not make the trade yet. Might have to do the old congregate out of sideboard if he's going to be pretty creature heavy. Be a good way for us to buy some time. So he's going to, well, he doesn't have the follow-up red creature at least. Oh, he's just, okay. All right. Interesting. So I'm a little bit curious why I didn't attack with everything, but maybe the answer will be available shortly. No. That's just weird then. Next turn we've got an Avacyn online, which is pretty nice. I'm going to allow the 2-for-1. I could go for the Titanic Growth, but I have to assume he's got Lightning Strike, so I feel like he wants me to invest. So I'd rather just not invest and make the trade. I really hope he does something. What's he doing now? Stoke the Flames. All right, so now we actually have got some options here. We get to Titanic Growth, which is awesome. Question is which one? I could save the Living Totem. Do I want to? It's extra 4 damage too. I mean, a 4-2 is probably better than a 2-3, but getting in for 6 right now seems pretty insane, so I think I'd rather do that. Let's get in for 6. Still quite good for us, by the way, since we're not only dealing damage and getting rid of 2 of his guys, but we get to maintain our 2-3 as well. Dealing 6 to him there is huge. I think that's actually more important than saving the 4-2, in my mind. Whether or not that's correct, we'll find out. I also have Wall of Essence out of sideboard for this match, too. That's kind of nice. I guess it doesn't do much against the Frenzied Goblin, but... Oh, also, he's running Soul Mender, so I have to assume he's got the Ajani's Pridemate. I think that only makes sense. It only makes sense. bust the lovely girl out. Wonder if he's going to wish he saved that Stoke the Flames. Who knows? Maybe he's got another one, or the banishing spell that I still can't remember the name of. He didn't pay it, but I'm just going to take it. He said something to me too, but I don't even know what it is. I don't even know how to access it. Look, none of the windows are him speaking to me, so. What do we got? Psy, of course. That's pretty interesting. So, I mean, yeah, I could have blocked it, but the reason that I didn't, I hope is obvious. I didn't want to have to worry about lightning strike, something like that. And it was 1 damage. It was the difference between 1 damage and potentially losing Avison. Felt right. Alright, so he's still dead. And he did have the right answer. I was right. He actually did have something he was going to do if I blocked the Frenzied Goblin, so very good. Alright. Red-white, hyper aggro. I want the Congregate. Still like that. He's got that Burning Anger, which is just insanely good. Possibly the Reclamation Sage then? Yeah, that's an actual out for that card. That seems like a safe bet. And then, of course, Wall of Essence, which I would very much like to add as well. Let's dump the Pillar of Light. Let's bring these 3 little bad boys in here. Sort by convert mana cost. Make sure I don't have anything else. That gains life, but I think Congregate might actually be better. Maybe not, but I don't know. I have so many creatures, it feels right. Let's dump 1 Siege Worm, mostly because they're just a little bit pricey, as you might imagine. So I just want to keep my curve low, as long as I can be going tit for tat, making some exchanges. I think we're going to be golden. Final cut. I mean, Reclamation Sage is just for that. He could have, I don't know. If he has Inferno Fist, I guess it doesn't matter. I certainly don't want to lose to Burning Anger. The fact that I've got the out to it kind of makes sense. So maybe we bring in the Reclamation Sage and we cut... we could cut one of our combat tricks, like Titanic Growth, even though it was huge there, I admit. The reason to cut it would be sometimes it's just not good to have combat tricks against the decks that run burn spells, because you just have to wait for them. You have to wait for them to use the burn. You can't like proactively use your pump spells very well, which I don't like. So I think I'd rather do it like this. Got a lot of 4-drops, I guess, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll try it out like this. It's a good hand. No green source, but solid turn progression. That was a good draw. If I had a green source, it would be better, of course, but it's all right. All right. Oh, there's a green source. Let's, yeah, let's bust out the Swiftclaw, and then next turn we get to do Elf plus Skirmisher, which is pretty nice. See if our opponent's got the Forge Devil. Oh, he do. My day is wrecked. So maybe we bust out the Yisan next turn? No, I think we actually go Elf Skirmisher anyway, because then we get Triplicate Spirits on turn 4, which in an ideal world is a big game changer. A big old game changer. Yeah. So now we've got the out for the Burning Anger. That's actually pretty nice. Yisan's pretty good too. Let's be honest. Yisan survives, and then I've got what? All sorts of digging to do. I think I am going to go with the Skirmisher Sunblade Elf plan, though, I guess. Having 2 threats for some reason slows his plan down, pretty much. I do kind of wish that Swiftclaw had survived, but it's all right. It's all right. Still doing pretty good. Once again, got the answer to the Burning Anger, which I feel like is possibly essential. All right, Midnight Guard. No biggie. No attacks. Living Totem is good too. Let's bust out the Triplicate Spirits now. I think that's the right move. Yep, your guy gets to untap 3 times. We're just a land away from pumping our Triplicate Spirits with Sunblade Elves. Alright. Alright. What do I pump with the Living Totem? It's interesting. I am going to block this Denizen, but I'll take the Forge Devil. Alright. So we're at 5, which means we are in pump territory now. Could play the Totem. Could play the Yisan. Start digging up some Selfless Cathar maybe or something. I think we do Living Totem and we buff our Skirmisher and then we swing. Am I missing something? Oh. Yes, I do wish to use the ability. And we pass. Alright, no artifacts currently, so that's a good sign. So if I attack with Skirmisher now, I can block with Guard and Mongrel, and I can't save him, even with the Sunblade Elf pump. I can also attack Living Totem and Skirmisher, and that's not bad. He still has to double block the Skirmisher, essentially, to kill it. I think for now it's better to just, let's up the board a little bit here. Let's get the old Yi-San out. And then pass. If he gets the Burning Anger, we've got the Sage, so we've got the out. He will be able to kill one of our guys, but at least we answer his rare. That's the most important part. All right. For the card draw? It's not a bad idea, actually. So he's going to get to draw a card here, but I think we're going to get a pretty brutal crackback. I could have chumped that too, by the way, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't see why I'd do that. Yeah, especially not with the spider now. I need a second green source really bad. So I swing team. Cracking in for a lot of damage if I swing with the team. He really doesn't have good blocks either. I think I swing team. I'm swinging for potentially, what, 4, 7, 10, 13, 15, 17 damage. Like, he has to block. And even if he blocks the elf at this point, it has to be with Scrapyard Mongrel. This seems totally worth it to me. So that's all he's blocking with. So currently 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 damage going through, potentially another 5, which means I could deal 13 to him, which is not lethal. So instead I'm just going to deal all the damage and then destroy the rogue's gloves with the Reclamation Sage. Pretty good shape here, I think. A lot of attackers. Alright, 2 Rays of Foot Griffins. He's got the blocker there. We can start digging up dudes. I'd say we're in a pretty good place to do that. With Yisan? Yeah, because then next turn with the Selfless Cathar, it's like for sure lethal. Whereas if he blocks my four most powerful guys, I'm left with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just short of lethal. So we're going to dig up a guy with Yisan, I think is the plan. And then we've got Sunblade Elf Pump plus Selfless Cathar, which definitely should be lethal. Alright, we still got lethal. I don't even think I really have to do the math, but at the very least it's going to be a problematic blocking situation for him in my opinion, so I think we're good either way. Let's get our Cathar out there. Even drawing another one would be pretty welcome. Living Totem. No, I think we just go for it now. Full on, go for broke. Our army is definitely good enough. Doesn't even matter. And he had Stoke the Flames? You gotta be kidding me. He had both? The last 2 cards in his hand were Lightning Strike and Stoke the... That is insane. I think he accidentally cast it on his own dude. He did. Good. That's hilarious. Wait, what did he lightning... Oh, the lightning strike hasn't resolved yet. And I'm like, what's going on? He just killed his own scrap. He just killed his own dude. No sympathy here. That is pretty insane though. That was his last 2 cards. That is pretty crazy. I'm sure my opponent's not happy. Of course, are you blanking kidding me? That's such bull, yeah. Understandably. Not happy about that. He was unhappy. Let's see what would have happened. Okay, what would have happened had he done the right target, which I have to assume is the Isan, right? Is that what he wanted to kill? Or this guy? It's got to be the Isan because he wanted to save his Scrapyard Mongrel. So his entire board would have been wiped. He would have been at 3 still. And I would have been short a Isan. So I still would have gotten him, what, the next turn? Presumably, right? So I don't think, even though his error was definitely the wrong move, I don't think it would have brought him back in the game. Both of his Razorfoot Griffins were both still dying. I was going to be left with flyers and too many attackers. So I think we had it either way, to be honest. And we still had a good hand remaining. So, wow, green-white once again. This is the second time I've played green-white and the second time I've won with it. So pretty impressive. All right, we'll see you guys for the next draft.